Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is the Cheesesteak Bomber Pizza. We all know how the algorithm feeds us stuff that we want to see before we even know we want to see it, and that's exactly what happened to me. I was just scrolling through Instagram, saw a video, this thing they're calling the Cheesesteak Bomber Pizza, so I had to give it a try. So this is from a spot in Lancaster, PA, called Rosa Rosa Pizzeria. And it looks essentially like half calzone or stromboli, half pizza, and the half that's stuffed is stuffed full of cheesesteak filling. So I gave it a try. It was delicious. We're gonna do it today. I've got a hunk of Creekstone Farms prime rib here. You can use ribeye, obviously the same cut, but it's nice if you have a big chunk of it because then you can shave it really thin really easily across the grain, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now this has been frozen just for a little bit, so the middle's still soft, but it's hardened up on the outside, which makes it a little bit easier to slice it thin. So I'm gonna shave about 1.5 pounds off of this roast. So now that it's sliced thin, we're just gonna dice it up. Now we're gonna get this seasoned up. We're gonna start with a couple tablespoons of our W Worcestershire sauce. That worked in there, and then we're gonna season this with the Meat Church Blanco seasoning. Salty, garlicky, buttery goodness. We need roughly 1 tablespoon of this stuff. That beef is soaking up the spices right now, doing a little marinating, if you will. Meanwhile, we're going to slice up an onion and just a few peppers. We'll do a thin slice on these so they cook up quick. Next, we've got some red ripe serranos fresh out of the boss man's garden here. Not gonna do a lot, but it'd be nice to have a little pepper flavor in there as well. Today we're cooking on the Alpha Moderno. It's a gas-powered pizza oven, and it's at medium heat right now, which puts us at about 800 degrees. Got a couple of cast iron 12-inch skillets that have preheated in here. I'm gonna throw down a little bit of our roasted garlic oil. Get those onions started. They're gonna take a little bit longer than the steak. Just looking to soften these up a bit, get a little bit of browning on them. We'll throw those back in the oven. Skillet number 2 is going to get that ribeye. This needs no extra fat because it's got plenty of fat in it. And that fat's gonna start to render out as we get some browning on the steak. Got the onions on the cooler side, slightly cooler. It's not right next to the flame, but that flame does come over the top and hit the opposite wall. Just wanna give them a stir every couple of minutes. See, our steak's taking no time at all to cook. Just trying to get a little color on there. So that's the color we're going for. Just a little bit of crispiness on there. All right, let's pull this out of here. It's only been probably 5 minutes. All right, softened up. We got some char around the edges here. It's about 10 minutes, these are ready to come off. That's gonna go right in with the beef. That's all we gotta do for the filling. So let's go ahead and build these bombers now. We got our pizza dough down. This is our standard pizza dough recipe. You guys can check out the full video on that. It's really easy, 4 ingredients. You'll have your dough ready in about, 2 hours if you want to go that fast, or you can let it go overnight in the fridge. So we'll give this a stretch until it's nice and thin. If you're wondering like what size or how much dough, this is about 400 grams. So we'll get a peel floured up here. Move that dough over. I'm gonna take some of that filling, put it on one side of the pizza here. The cheesesteak side is getting a couple slices of provolone, then we're gonna wrap that right over the top and press it into the bottom. Now the other side's gonna get some low moisture mozzarella. We're not gonna do any red sauce on this today, although you totally could if you wanted to. And then a drizzle of that garlic oil. You want to do a line of oil on top of the stuffed part. Just brush that in. And use the microplane to grate some Parmesan on top. We turn the heat down quite a bit now, so we've got a stuffed portion that's going to take a little bit longer to cook. It's been a few minutes now. We're starting to get some browning on that side, so we're going to spin this. Temperature right now is sitting right around 500 degrees. Just a couple more minutes now, and we've got a really beautiful golden brown. This is looking really nice. I could use a little bit more color here, so we're gonna flip that around and put it right next to the flame. All right, that is looking beautiful now. Let's get this out of here. All right, let's slice into this thing. We're gonna separate these out here. Now you get cheese sticks with your cheesesteak. Let's start with cheesesteak. I've made a cheesesteak pizza before, so I know I'm gonna like this. Getting some good sweetness out of those onions, a touch of spice from those serranos, and that beef is just crazy tender. Let's do the cheesesteak part. Oh, that garlic oil is beautiful. This is fun. This is a fun way to like change up the way you do pizza. Props to Rosa Rosa. I'm glad I came across this. I love this idea. Now I'm gonna eat the rest. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.